For those who aren't aware what the Inner Worlds is, it is a exploration of a dissociative identity disorder, or OSDD-1 system's headspace. As described in the opening, it is a place that exists within our mind that is separate and usually symbolic. And to us, it's very real. To us, it's messed up and jumbled, but it's real. And maybe today, and through on these, you will see a glimpse into our world. Here's to hoping.
Come in, take a seat, give me a spin. I know we'll have some fun tonight. Maybe you'll find your time well spent. Maybe I'll die when I leave your mind. Come in, I just can't wait to share me with you. I'll show you all my blood, sweat, tears, shit, and bile. Maybe I'll always stay all right inside you. Maybe you'll throw me out when we are out of time. Get your head in the game, get your feet in the mind, get your teeth on time to get rowdy. Get your head in the game, get your feet online, get your head in the mind to get rowdy. Get your head in the game, get your feet in the mind, get your teeth on time to get rowdy. Get your head in the game, get your feet online, get your head in the mind to get rowdy.
With that, I'm going to introduce the first visitor to our inner world. I'm going to introduce the wonderful, the Atomic Bear.
I'll talk to you later, Mr. McQueen. Yes. Hi.
Were you talking to the one and only Lightning McQueen?
I cannot disclose that information. It's classified.
Fair.
Yep.
Twitch.tv's The Atomic Bear.
The Twitch.tv?
I think so. Are you the Twitch.tv The Atomic Bear?
I don't know. Are you the Twitch.tv/other buttons?
Only sometimes.
Exactly. So, point proven.
This is where Bear reveals that they have TID, and that the they isn't actually non-binary. Yes, Bear is a good test for this, because
That's all I am.
Bear knows our system quite well. Bear will make choices that a lot of people wouldn't fucking dare to, because Bear knows a lot more about our system than most do. And Bear is a cheeky kid, so it should be quite entertaining at the same time. Bear is also one of our closest friends, and it is an honour to have them on for the first live test.
I was told to be professional and posh, so I'm drinking with my pinky up.
One, I didn't tell you to be professional nor posh. You were wearing a hoodie and you chose to get into
Might I add, we have 20 viewers, judge the atmosphere. Might I add?
No,
all right.
that was me saying. That was
because
not...
I had the phone out and I was going to do a bit,
I knew you were
and
about
they're
to do
me
a
like,
fucking bit.
"Don't ruin my shit, Bear." And I'm like, "Fuck you! You had me on. What did you expect was gonna happen?"
I don't think you understand how dramatic the OP is. That's what that was. However, the Lightning McQueen bit still works because a Cars joke is forever timeless.
Again, it always will be.
This is the only issue about doing anything remotely having its serious moments with Bear. Dramatic moment, trying to introduce, and I can't because all I can just see is this fucker grinning.
It's all I do. It's all I do. What?
I'm usually quite stoic. I'm usually quite stoic. Whenever I'm around fucking Bear, this happens.
You can't handle it. You can't.
And so we will begin. You little sh... You find yourself at the far end of a long room. Below you is black and white checkered floor. To your sides are white and black lined walls. And above you, there is a sky of static clashing with inky black. In front of you is a desk and two people. They're also black and white. In fact, everything is black and white. Well, most things. One isn't really paying you much attention. He seems too busy with his,
Unbelievable.
with his paperwork. The other, she's staring at you quite welcoming, actually.
Damn
He
right.
seems happy to see you.
What's poggin', Miss K? Long time no see. What's good, homie? I've come to invade.
You know, we were actually warned about you. Mr. Kensington was quite worried. He thought you'd... What's the way that I should put this? He thought you'd cause trouble.
Well, that's just mean.
Did you just say that's just mean, or that's just me, dear?
I guess both works. Mean.
That's just... I mean, it's Mr. Kensington. You know what he's like. He's
Well, what do you
blunt.
expect?
What, from Mr. Kensington or from you?
Both.
What are your thoughts about this, Mr. Kensington? The man next to her looks up from his paperwork. I'm quite literally guiding this campaign. I'm the one that is forced to go on an entire guide with them. They're going to start shit, and they're going to give me trouble, and I'm probably not going to be able to stop laughing at times, and that's going to be a big problem, because I might not even be able to start the bloody show properly.
I can help you out.
Oh?
You want to buy a can?
Are you offering him beer, dear?
No, listen. I can't get the hook up on the good carling, but I got some Coke, a little bit of Tango, a little bit of Fanta, a little bit of...
Both of them stare at your hands, where there is nothing there. In fact, Mr. Kensington starts smirking and looks at you. I hope the body isn't too much, by the way.
What? What body?
You look at yourself and you realize that you aren't you. In fact, you're a all-jointed, relatively genderless
Oh, fucking sweet!
being.
God damn! Hell, it's perfect for me!
Yes, to be fair, it does. I feel like this is, the non-binary dream more than anything.
You're
So this is
really
probably going to work for
selling it
some.
here. I don't know. You did.
Plus, the ball joints don't ache much, and you can take your hand off if you want to slap somebody with it. Although it does hurt, so I wouldn't recommend that.
How do the needles go in? I'm still diabetic though.
In here you're not, no.
Hot damn.
I
Everything.
didn't think you'd have any disabilities in here. Well, obviously, mental disabilities.
Oh, for fuck! God damn
Those-
it!
We don't get rid of those. In fact, mental health issues sort of rule here.
It's a bit bright
Physical,
in here,
not
to be
so
honest.
much.
Feels a bit better.
we did manage to find you some basic clothing. It's just t-shirts and such. So you'll probably have to,
You got a beanie?
Not on us, sorry. We don't really keep many clothes in the BRB. On that note, you look around you, and you, being yourself, would probably recognize the place. Behind the desk is a black curtain that is closed.
Ah!
And
my favorite.
behind you, down the other area, there is windows and paintings, some stairs going up to a small control room, a hallway, and some sofas where some people seem to be sitting. You will recognize this place as the British Revisionary Broadcasting Studio.
Neat. Pretty wacko.
Yes,
The floor kind of do be looking like a bit like a chessboard, though. I didn't realize you guys liked
No,
Queen's Gambit
you
that
aren't.
much.
You know we have an Introject from Queen's Gambit, right?
I'm aware, I remember. Can I perform the Tennyson Gambit intercontinental ballistic missile variation on the chessboard?
Does it require any props?
I mean, I could just play all of the pieces.
Are you genuinely going to attempt chess on our floor?
Okay. You can't tell me it doesn't look like a chessboard.
She chuckles, or giggles in her little way. And Mr. Kensington also seems amused by that, as if they are expecting something. But they say nothing. So, what are your plans for today? Where do you intend to go?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just vibing. It was a very, very, very easy travel. Ironically, easier to get here than it is to actually get down to where the body lives. Quite ironic, I do find.
Mr. Kensington scoffs. Well, it is the British train system. What do you expect from it?
It's what, like £60 for a return?
More than that, actually. In fact,
That's disgusting.
You will generally find travelling here far easier. Although you might have some more issues. I'm not too sure how a visitor is going to get around. We do have paintings.
I do like paintings. I practiced Mario 64 for this exact reason.
No, we think that actually might be where the paintings came from. Where would you like to go, actually? We might not have the correct paintings in the right area.
Fear anyone?
One, I don't know what you're currently eating, because you literally can't have anything
Oh,
in
shit.
here. And two...
Can I just materialize nothingness?
No. You have to find it.
Fuck. Can I chisel some of the floor?
Do you have anything to chisel it with?
Bare hands.
Well, he is. Well, they are bare, so... Yes, that checks out. You can try and punch the floor if you want, but it is made of marble or something.
Damn
hard.
it.
Nothing really has it.
My marbles, That's a good thing I'm a marble champion, huh? That's a good thing, huh? I bet you weren't expecting that one, lads. Bet you weren't expecting it.
Both of the Kensingtons look at each other with that sort of... I knew they were going to do that look on their face.
Yeah.
Both seem amused, but in that way where they don't want to laugh because it'll be encouraging a child's bad behavior.
Wow. Fine, I won't punch the floor. Jeez. I guess I will care about the infrastructure just a little bit.
Well, if you look off to the, off to your left, I mean, the infrastructure's already falling down. Ever since the Void incident, well, there's been bloody ink everywhere. That shit stains.
Too bad it wasn't friction ink.
What is friction ink?
Friction ink's like the pen that you can write in, but then you can like rub it out.
Bear, I don't need to know about what you're going to rub.
Why not?
Because we're not set to mature.
The curtains, okay, that's fair.
The curtain is slightly open. There seems to be something behind it.
Oh, can I go over and have a look? Take a little peeky at the curtain of many foretold stories that I cannot mention.
You can.
Do you guys clean this thing?
Mr. Kensington gives you a look that insinuates he will personally eject you from the British Visionary Broadcasting Studio.
Query.
Don't.
Query. Not a query about the curtain.
Hmm?
If you did eject me, where would I go?
Depends on where I sent you. Good question, though. Most people don't ask that.
See?
They sort of wonder.
I am thoughtful.
It depends on where you're ejected to. For a painting, will depend on where the painting goes. Off the edge, well, nobody knows.
Damn, I've always wanted to go skydiving.
Are you genuinely considering jumping off the edge?
I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
You're a visitor. I don't know if you can die.
I can't die?
Well, altars cannot die. Altars, they can go dormant. We can fuse and split, but we can't die unless the body dies. You, however, you're like a virus in the system. You're not meant to be here.
It's kind of cool. Kind of like weaseled my way in.
You didn't weasel anything. We let you.
Imagine letting viruses in.
The thing about a virus is that to observe what it does, and to observe the damage it could cause, and also potentially the positive interactions, you do have to let it in. It needs to be tested.
Right.
What do you do?
Huh. I've got an easy way out. I just mug him off. That's real easy. This is inner monologue, by the way. Inner monologue.
Mm-hmm.
That you can definitely hear.
Oh, very likely. That's the thing around here, is if you think too loudly, everybody can hear you.
Inner monologue. Kind of A. It feels very telltale at the moment. You know what'd be really funny?
Hmm.
Can I do an OOC comment real quick?
You can.
It'd be really funny if you made a video thing at the top right, and if someone says something specific to someone, they go, "Mr. Kensington will remember this."
The problem is, Bears, we have amnesia. Mr. Kensington will
Exactly.
not remember
We will not
this.
remember this. Someone will remember this.
Mr. Kensington will not, but someone might, if you're unlucky enough.
Someone might remember this. How many paintings are there? Is it just the one? Or are there a few?
There is the ongoing row of paintings, quite far down
Right.
by the seating and the stairs. They are varied. There's a lot of little areas, but you can't see them right now because you're too far away. Did you go through the curtain?
No, I just looked at it and made a sick-ass comment about it.
Do you plan on going through the curtain?
Potentially, I will go through the curtain.
Is that a yes or
You
a
know
no?
what? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. Schmooving on in. I got my schmoves.
As you walk through the curtain, Miss Kensington simply shouts back, "Please don't touch much. It's... My pajamas are in there and I really don't want them to go missing. Oh, and don't wake up Husk." As you walk in, it's sort of like the end of the area. There's very little wall left, and then it curves outwards, and then there's nothing. There's just the static and void sky. And in the middle, there is a sunken bed. So a circle that has a lot of quilts. There are 2 chairs behind it and a table. And in that bed is a sleeping man. At least you assume it's a man. To one side, there is a portrait. It doesn't seem to have anything in the frame. It looks like it's not active. To the right, there is a mirror, a large-looking glass. And there is a post-it note in the shadow of what looks like to be, potentially have been another painting. What do you do?
Huh? What does the post-it note say? Can I read the post-it note without touching it?
As you walk to the post-it note, you look closer. And in a very swirly writing, it simply says, "That would be too easy, wouldn't it, Bear?"
I feel like this is a reference to something that I don't remember. Is this a reference to something that I don't remember?
No.
I've been rused. I've been had. Played me like a
Kensington.
damn fiddle.
Mr. Kensington pokes his head through the curtain and says, "Oh, yes, no. Joy came and took that earlier on. I think the note's from Wonka."
Pog.
I was told to tell you, if you were looking to get to where you might be, you'll want to go via the estate.
The estate.
You can probably figure out from that the painting before was a painting to the greenhouse, located inside a place that you are quite familiar. It would have led you straight to the heart.
Hearts are pretty important, some might say.
Hearts and minds, very important. Sometimes you have to go the long way round. I mean, you'll actually
Not
know what the
always.
estate is, so that's certainly something.
Oh, I know the estate. I think.
Do you want to
Potentially.
find out? There's a portal.
I mean, it's either that or I get thrown off.
And potentially
God,
die.
God, do I want? What happens if I die? Do I just die? Am I gone, or do I like reincorporate somewhere?
I actually don't know.
Far, I kind of. All right.
I'm curious. Just
I'm
in general.
curious. Alistair did it one time.
Did what? Oh, dove
He
off the
jumped
edge.
out of a. Yeah, he jumped out of a window.
You've seen what Alistair looks like now, right?
Yeah, yeah. People look like people, I guess.
Alistair's changed, Bear. He's
I'm aware.
not what he used to be, even when he split off Atlas. jumping off the edge into the void is not recommended. And I mean, I guess if you aim for the static, you might be fine, but...
The estate it is!
That might be a test for a later time, I guess.
Potentially, get a parachute or something. Go find one.
The man in the bed rolls over. And you notice his face isn't correct. It's hollow. The eyes and the mouth are simply almost gouged out, like something had tried to escape and burrow itself through the skin.
Is he sleeping still?
You don't know.
Oh, shit.
He makes a little noise, but it could be a sleeping noise. It could be an awake noise. Whatever it is, he's staring at you from the bed.
Hi, Husk. Bye, Husk. If he's awake or not.
He stares for a little while. A couple seconds longer. And as you look at him, you may realize that he looks a lot like how Alistair used to look. Almost exactly, except the face is so very wrong. And then he gives you a little thumbs up.
Hell yeah. Thumbs up back.
He makes a little noise at that. He seems happy. And then he just casually goes back to bed.
Pog.
Do you continue heading out the curtain?
Yes. Let's get out of here. It's bright in here.
Yes, the static does do that. You get used to it. I mean, you might be able to find sunglasses at some point. I'm sure we could find you something. As a point, so if you must, feel free to have a look around. There'll be things that you can wear if you want to change. A lot of them aren't being used, just you might end up in fights with other altars if you try and go in through their stuff. The painting is over that way. She points to the walls at the end.
That way?
Yes, just over there.
Okay, got it.
Down
Right.
the other end of the room, the wall continues. There are some windows that look out into the static and the void. And 2 stairs spiraling up into a center platform that goes into a control room. Below it is another corridor. There are some people sitting there, reading. One, however, does seem to be looking up at one of the clock towers. 2 that sit on either end of the BRB, one black and one white. One is simply staring at the white clock tower that is closest to you.
Cool. I'm from England, so I must love clocks, especially large ones, preferably named Ben.
The man looks at you very suddenly. He's interesting looking. He wears a long Victorian jacket, slightly scruffy hair. He's also got a halo and wings tucked in. One seems to be quite bright, staticky almost, and the other is almost the same inkiness of the sky above you. And the look that he's given you starts as not disgusted, but not appreciating that joke, as if he heard your thoughts. And then it very quickly shoots back to a really happy smile. But he doesn't say anything.
Clocks, am I right? I should really stop mentioning clocks. So I'm going to avoid clocks and revert back to just vibing.
His smile stays, and he nods and quite happily. No, you probably shouldn't. It's not a sore subject. I'm just not used to seeing people in here that aren't a part of the system. You know, when builders and such come into your home, and you feel quite intruded upon. He's still smiling.
Can affirm that I am not a builder. That is a fact. Never picked up a hammer in my life, for that matter. True story. Used a saw once. Didn't go very well. What's going on in here? We just sitting. Just chilling.
He's still staring at you, and you can tell that he's finding this slightly uncomfortable. But not in a way that perhaps is uncomfortable for him, just potentially for you. This is not uncommon with altars of his sort. He very obviously doesn't appreciate you being here, but he's not saying it. He's not. He pauses again, and he looks at the other man next to him. Reading! We're reading! Aren't we, Michael? Michael looks up, and he's an older gentleman. Wears some big round set glasses and a almost lumberjack patterned suit in grey, very pastel coloured. He's a very friendly old man.
Pastel.
He genuinely is smiling at you. He doesn't seem bothered at all. In fact, he seems quite happy. Oh, new person. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the inner world. I mean, I don't know how it's happened, but welcome.
I am welcomed.
Do I know you? Just curiously, I heard that people, the Kensingtons like to talk to themselves, and so do the angels. No, are you... Sorry, I don't know your mannerisms, and your body's very... I mean, it's not you, I imagine, so... How should I... Is it rude for me to say... ask who you are?
Nah, I mean... A lot of people don't know who they are anyway, so it's kind of like it's a funny question.
That's very common here. That's funny. I like you.
That's what I thought.
Do you have a name?
A lot of people know me as Bear. It's quite a lot of people call me. It's like a moniker at this point. It's like a little...
Bear. I know that name, I think. I've heard them speak about it here before. I don't pay much attention, if I'm being honest. Usually I just sort of sit here and read with, old Siegfried. He's much of a talker, but...
What are you gonna do?
What are you going to do? I know. It's fine. He's got a book in his hands. Do you take a look and try to see what he's reading, or...?
I'd look at the cover, I guess.
Roll for dissociation.
Gotta get my dice out here. Got a 2.
You got a 2?
Yeah, I got a 2.
The cover is... It's colour. In fact, you're actually struggling to tell what colour it is. It is colour, though, which is quite impressive. In fact, interestingly, both Michael and Siegfried are in colour, despite the fact that the whole of the BRB is black and white, including the Kensington marionettes, but they're not. Siegfried's got mostly black and white clothing, but Michael's just fully in colour. The book is a red, potentially. It could be purple. Actually, in fact, it could be green. The more you look at it, the worse it actually
Green's
feels.
pretty cool.
Well, I mean, you can assume it's green, but you won't know if it is. The more you look at it, the harder it actually becomes to tell what colour it is. And you, for some reason in the back of your head, know that there is text on it. You know there must be text in it too, but it's like your brain can't comprehend anything about it.
Ask what he's reading.
He looks at you and... Oh, just some book. Just some book. I mean... We read. He stops there. We read.
Is it like one of those romance novels?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't... Maybe. He looks at his own book, and whilst looking at it, he himself seems quite uncomfortable. Like, trying to comprehend what he's been doing for the last while is distressing to him. And the world around you feels fuzzier. Like the static is getting louder, and like the world's not making as much sense. And then it very quickly goes back to being normal again, and he looks up. I don't think it matters.
Oh. Fair enough. I
He
like
seems-
books anyway.
That's good, I do. I don't know what he expected to get out of that comment, but I don't think he does either. He just seems slightly less comfortable now. He was standing to say hello, but he sits again. And Siegfried, the angel, is simply staring at you. He looks at one of the paintings, slightly to the right, behind the stairs. If you're looking for the estate, it's that way. It'll put you somewhere in the area.
Sweet. That's what I was looking for.
If you see Charlie, please tell him that he needs to come to the next meeting. Doesn't matter how much he's trying to ignore it, he still has to do his job.
Jobs are important. I'll pass it on.
He goes back and begins to ignore you. He obviously doesn't like you.
Thanks for the help, lads. Enjoy your books. Big poggers to you. I'm gonna back out now. I'm gonna big old poggers.
He looks back at his book, but if you look back, you can see that his eyes are slightly looking up at you. Like he's watching you as if... Almost that look that people give to people when they think they're about to shoplift. He's just watching, very slyly, whilst trying to be unassuming. He doesn't like the fact that you're here.
What else could you say? This is what I do. Just gonna slowly back away.
You going to go for the painting?
Yeah. Ooh!
As you step through the painting, it's almost just like you blinked, and you're somewhere new. It's probably quite familiar to you, actually. It's just a regular council estate.
Oh god, not again! But I got away from this place.
You're standing at the bottom of a hill, in the middle of some roads, and it's interesting, actually. As you look around, the houses are just all various colours of cream. That default colour that, you know, you're not allowed to really paint your houses unless you own it, and it's a council estate. Most people don't really own their house. Or they do, but they also don't have the money to paint it. It's obviously a relatively...
Sounds about right.
...lower class area. You're getting a few feelings. Kind of like someone's there. It's strange. Just like your brain sort of knows that something is around. One feeling is coming from up the hill, lined by houses. There's a building, it looks like an old school, something from the 90s, 2000s, I guess. To your left, though, behind you, quite close, is a house with some hedges just connected to many other houses as they are. Then as you listen, you can almost hear the bass of incredibly loud music coming from one of the top windows.
If it's pendulum, I'm gonna rip my ears out.
Roll for dissociation.
Ah, best. Gotta get the fucking... I got an 8.
Well, I got a 1, so you win. It doesn't actually work like that.
Yeah, woo!
Once again, you are struggling to make out what on earth this noise is, but you're listening harder, and your brain feels a little fuzzier.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely tell that it's from the probably mid-2000s. Likely something you'd hear in a club, or, you know, some school kid blasting out on their phone after downloading it from LimeWire. You do feel feelings from down the road to you're currently facing the hill, so to your right. And some a little bit down to the left, but none of them feel quite as close as the one behind you and the one up the hill. Where do you go?
I want to go and find out what shit music's going on. I'm gonna go and knock on the preteens door.
You walk down the steps, the hedges are... You get this feeling like somebody had intended to cut them, but they kept saying that for a really long time, and they just never got cut. So there's just awkward twigs sticking out of the side of the bushes as you go down the pathway.
My favourite.
You walk through the little gate that leads down a pathway with a window. You can see there's a kitchen through it, and into a little door, and it's not open. It might be unlocked, but what do you do?
Just gonna knock on the door, I guess. The little, like, you know, the knocker, like you know the one I'm thinking of. Does it have one of those on it?
Interestingly, yes, it does actually.
Yeah, I thought
it's one of those default ones that you got from like Traeger or somewhere.
Yeah,
it's got a little lion head on it, and everyone thinks that it's really...
Yeah, exactly that one.
No one answers. As you're closest to the house, you realise actually that music's pretty loud.
Can I throw a rock at the window?
Which window? There are two. There's one that the music's coming out from, and then there's the lower window.
I want the music's coming out from.
Roll a dice.
13.
You pick up a rock from the pile of just rubble in the garden. It looks like somebody probably took down a wall and then never cleaned it up. It's just been there, obviously, waiting for a skip or something.
How big is this rock?
Only about that big.
Okay, can I just say, yeah, just throw
You could technically find a brick, but no. So it's next to a load of little trash cans. You know, those recyclable bins that people were given and nobody really wanted to use. You toss this rock and it hits the window. Not quite how you want it to. In fact, it goes through the open window. And all you hear is, "What the fuck is that? What the oh, the fuck for a fucking rock at me?"
it's fucking okay. Oh, it's okay. Well, Ollie's not gonna be happy about that. Oh, fuck it. He didn't give a shit. Oi, prick!
What the fuck? I swear to fucking God. Alistair, that's fucking you again. I keep fucking telling you. Don't fucking, like, just fucking say hi like a fucking normal person. I don't care if you, like, fucking, like, tar and shit in one fucking person. Fuck off.
Why is tart and shit? What does that mean?
Like, tar. Wait, why don't you fucking...
I don't know what that is.
You don't fucking... As he gets to the window... Roll for dissociation.
I got a nat 20.
Okay. The world feels like it's trying to figure some stuff out, almost like a program doing a calculation. For a brief moment, as he sticks his head out of the window, you see red hair, not blonde. And
Oh, shit.
very quickly, it goes back to being normal. But it's almost like for a second there, the inner world didn't... It was struggling to tell the difference between certain alters. Unsurprisingly, as you probably expected, a 16-year-old lad, blonde hair, wearing a white shirt, sticks his head out of the window and looks absolutely pissed.
Not surprised.
What the fuck is that, though? What? Like...
What?
He's staring at you, like... Who the fuck are you? What the fuck? Did we split another fucking altar? Why are you here?
Who the fuck am I?
He obviously doesn't recognise you. Your body isn't your own.
Obviously. It's your boy. It's Bear. It's me. I know I look a little dodge. Not another interject though, huh? 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 Not 5 for 5.
Ollie pauses for a second, goes to make a joke, and then stops himself and goes, nah, Alice will probably fucking smack me for that. Right, so, what the fuck? Like, what? And also, like, Bear.
That's me.
Fucking...
The one and only.
The fucking ledge that is Bear?
That is I am the ledge.
Mate!
That's what I thought.
Why the fuck did you stone me?
You playing shit music, Don. Like...
It's fucking Pendulum. How is that shit
I knew
music?
it was Pendulum. That's the worst shit.
It's not...
You
it's
might
like,
as well be listening to, like, Grimes,
nondescript.
okay?
Why the fuck would I listen to Grimes? Even I've got a fucking class. You may act like I'm some fucking, like, shabby little shit, but even I've got... Like,
Got class. I'm looking at your house,
fuck would I
lad.
listen to
I'm not exactly impressed.
Mate, you call me poor?
I didn't say that. You're jumping to conclusions.
I live in a fucking council estate. In a council
I
house.
can still say your house looks like shit.
Yeah, I know it looks like shit, but we ain't got the fucking money to, like, you know, get a better house.
I'm glad we
or
could
anything.
discuss that. I'm glad. Well, too bad.
Mum's
That's
got fucking
how-
back problems, and I'm pretty certain she's, like, doing fraud shit. I don't
Oh,
fucking know.
they're not
She
the
might
only
not
one with
actually
back
be disabled.
problems. Anyone above the age of 25 has back problems, okay? That's just how the world works.
Yeah, but she has, like, a slipped disc, as he says that, actually. He pauses a moment, and you suddenly get this overwhelming feeling of a hospital. And then a hallway inside a house. There's someone there. You don't know who. It's a silhouette. And it's crouched over, and it looks like it's in pain. And then you're back where you were, looking at Ollie. But you still feel the lingering fear.
Well, that was weird.
Yeah, that sort of happens sometimes. Like, I
Bit
don't really know how
shit.
to explain it. I mean, just because you don't fucking get, like, intrusive memories and shit like that in the outer world. Like, I mean, you do.
Everybody gets intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, but, like, not Mate, it's hard to explain. Do you want to fucking come inside? Like, I got Tekken and shit.
Really? You haven't got like Smash or something? Like an actual good game?
I mean, yeah, but my Gamecube's like, I don't fucking know where it is. I've been playing PS2 for the last like 10 years.
Well, you need to plug up the Gamecube or something, because...
Listen, the Gamecube isn't mine, it's my fucking sister's. And you know, she did the whole fucking fusing thing with Vi, so I think Vi might have my Gamecube actually.
Shit.
Mate, I think fucking Vi's got my fucking Gamecube.
We need to sort that out.
Yeah, we fucking do. I want my
we
Smash
do.
now. Fucking...
You wanna play Smash? See, I wanna play Smash.
I wanna play fucking Melee. Come on. That's not fair.
Well, what do we do then?
We can't go fucking get it. Like, I'm not going to the fucking factory.
I can try and get it.
You wanna go to the... How long have you been here?
About an hour. Well, I meant to be here for nearly 2, but shit happened.
Fucking, I mean, you know what that fucking place is like, right?
I'm aware. I've spoken to a few people, I guess.
Yeah, but I'm guessing like you haven't fucking like...
No, I ain't been there.
No, but like, I guess you met Joy that one time, but like...
I did speak to Wonka the other day.
He looks genuinely surprised. Like, taken aback. Wonka doesn't speak to fucking anyone.
That's what I thought.
Why the fuck did he speak to you?
I don't know. I'm pretty cool, I guess.
I mean, he seems a little bit... He seems genuinely a little bit worried that Wonka spoke to you. I mean, he probably can't hurt you considering like you're not an alter, so... And I'm pretty certain that like he only goes after our system. Like, if you want to try and like experience like fucking Silent Hill or something, then that's your funeral, but I do want my Gamecube back, so...
Gamecube would be pretty pog. Do you know what pog means, right?
Yeah, I know what fucking pog means. It's like...
Okay, good.
Mint. Pog is mint. Pog is mint. Pog means like fucking good. Mint is also good. It's banging.
Banging is closer to pog than mint, because mint implies that someone is rich.
So yeah, pog is banging then.
Yes,
like that's a fucking track name, that is. Pog is banging.
But we're set to mature, so we can't really go into this any further.
Also, I'm like barely 16 right now, so you don't want to do that.
Ah, shit. You're not even allowed to be here.
What? No, I am.
We're set to mature.
Yeah, it's like 15. No, we're not. Wait, are we?
Are we not set to mature?
I don't fucking know. Mate, are you gonna get my fucking Gamecube or not?
Oh, wait, you are allowed to be here because we're not mature. That makes sense.
Mate, I fucking live here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah?
That's
now,
valid.
Do you want to get off my fucking front fucking lawn or garden?
Well, that's kind of rude. I'm the one trying to get you Gamecube here, and you're gonna treat me like that?
Do you want to fucking... Mate, do you want fucking directions to the factory or not?
Potentially.
Also, do you want some other clothes? Because you look fucking, like, stupid as shit.
Do I have any clothes currently?
You're currently wearing very basic stuff, like a white t-shirt. Just a basic white t-shirt and some shorts. That's it.
Yes, do you have anything in my size, seeing as you are literally a runt?
Mate, I'm not a runt. I'm a teenager. You're barely older than me. You're like fucking 2.
Excuse me, I'm not 2 years old.
Yeah, well, you're fucking tiny too. You're like fucking... Actually, no, aren't you like fucking like 20 foot tall?
I'm 6 foot.
As a point, he looks at you and he holds back a laugh because here you're probably about 5'8". Maybe 5'7".
Oh, shit. Well...
He laughs, yeah, fucking 6 foot my ass. How's that fucking going for you? Now you fucking know how we
you don't know how tall I am. You're upstairs. You have no depth perception.
To be fair, fucking depth perception, real hard to get around here anyway, considering, you know. Also,
Clothes.
you're fucking short. Yeah, no, so, yeah. I mean, I guess I can trade you for the GameCube. I mean, you're probably about my height now, so... I got some school shirts, some ties,
No way.
I mean, depending on which way you're going, my mum's got some dresses.
I'd rather wear a dress than a school shirt. That's horrible. No, thank you.
I can get you like a black blouse and like, I don't know.
That'll do.
Black blouse, trousers, a skirt.
What does the skirt look like?
It's like sort of like quite long, like one of them like flowy ones. Kind of hippie skirt.
Fuck it, yeah.
Yeah, sure. He disappears back into the window and he's gone.
Turn the fucking music. I'm surprised we can talk over this.
Yeah, the music is still going off quite loudly, by the way. Now that he said that it's pendulum, you can kind of slightly tell more, actually.
I'm gonna make an earthquake up in here, throwing bombs on it.
Interestingly, though, the song that it is the song that you most think about when you think about Pendulum. So it would be that.
That's the only song I remember from Pendulum.
He disappears for a moment and then he comes back and he lobs a quite nice blouse, like kind of fancy, and a long flowing black skirt that sort of parts into two ways. He also then lobs out some slip-on, like, dolly shoes at you. Says, "Dolly shoes for the fucking doll down there. Fucking ball-jointed. You look like a right pleb."
Sorry, what was that?
What? I said
Sorry,
you look like a
10-9?
fucking pleb.
10-9.
You look like a pleb.
Look like a what?
A pleb.
I just walk away.
He's
Sorry,
just
repeat
yelling.
that. I continue to walk. Oh shit, he didn't give me directions. I walk back. Where was it again?
Oh, now you fucking come back, mate.
You want your
Fucking hell.
GameCube?
Mate, I want fucking GameCube. Oh,
I won't
okay,
even bring the...
Shit. Fucking, right, so you go up the steps here, you go to your left, follow up the road, you'll see, like, this giant tower in the sky. Ignore that. It's just fucking ominous. Kind of walk up that way, and the world will probably take you there. I mean, imagine. You'll figure it out. He's very cryptic.
I guess I'll figure it out.
Mate, go. You're gonna be a fucking ever.
Yeah, I'm leaving. Okay?
Yeah, okay. Where do you get changed, by the way?
I just get changed in the street. It's a council estate. What is anyone else expecting?
You get changed, and you do very much realize, by the way, that you are basically just a Ken doll.
Pog!
You're basically the non-binary dream. But yes, no, you have started the quest, retrieve the GameCube from Willy Wonka. Hog is banging. Ollie has disappeared at this point. You imagine he's just gone back into his room.
Neat.
Yes, where do you
I guess
go?
I'd follow the directions.
So you walk through the estate, down a hill. As you look to the left of you, actually, you see some... You're not entirely certain what they are. They're wispy and blue and almost like ghosts. Three
Sonic
children.
Colors.
Not Sonic colours, no. 3 children are playing on this hill. They're running up and down. One of them's yelling, "Olympics, Olympics." Somewhere between the ages of 6 to 10. As they're running down, one of them trips. Really badly trips.
Oh, that's
like,
not
as
good.
in, slides face first down the hill. From an outside look, it is quite funny. The child, however, is in immense pain. As you You catch a glimpse of them before they disappear, and they are holding their face, and there is just blood just pouring from this area around their mouth.
That doesn't look good.
And then the world just corrects itself. The ghosts are gone, and it's back to normal, like nothing was there.
Well, that's a whole lot of not my problem anymore.
As you continue walking down this hill, you walk up a big hill to the right. There's just more houses, a bus stop, all of that kind of stuff. And it's quite steep. And you make it to the top. You can go left or right. He didn't tell you where to go from here. He just said go to the top of the hill.
I'm gonna go. More than 10 is right, less than 10 is left.
You can make this choice about rolling a dice.
I'll go right.
You'll go right.
Because right is right.
You walk up slightly, and as you're walking, world shifts again. But this time it's struggling to keep itself in one phase. You look to your left to see a field, maybe? It's flickering, almost like you're struggling to concentrate on it again. It's a field, tall grass. It's the autumn, you think. But then you think about it again, and it's houses. Quite new-looking houses, actually, maybe 2000s built. Then you think about it again, and fields, you think? It's autumn. No, it's summer. Spring? You don't know what season it is, actually.
Some time in the year, perhaps.
But, yes, you continue walking anyway. In fact, the area is pulling you towards it. You find yourself... It's not that. You're just walking mindlessly. Almost like you... It's like when you're really, really tired and your brain isn't functioning correctly and you're just on autopilot. Occasionally you might try and think about what you're doing, but it's not functioning correctly. That you're more thinking about trying to think, and it's this loop of not being able to quite figure out your thoughts. So you walk into the field. And find a large cobblestone building. Surrounded by other cobblestone buildings in the middle of a break in the middle of another estate, but it doesn't look anything like the estate you just saw. And it wasn't even the one you saw in the flickering. There's a red carpet out front that leads up to a door. And there is a little golden W swirly on the top of it. Congratulations, you have found the factory.
I didn't bring my golden ticket.
And you'll have to figure that out in a minute, because I need to pee again. So we're taking a quick break.
Well, okay, alright. Now I get snack time.
I should probably explain the next section, by the way, just a little bit, for those who don't know. In dissociative identity disorder, there is a type of alter called an introject. In fact, you've already met one. Michael was the man sitting at the chairs in the BRB. He is actually an introject of a character from The Good Place. Introjects are altars that split off in the form of pre-existing people or characters. We are what is classed as an introject-heavy system, meaning we have a lot. Some of them are new, some of them don't really front much, so you'll actually only really hear about them on the inner world. Some of them I haven't met enough or know enough about that I'm even willing to roleplay as them, because obviously I'm doing acting here. I don't feel entirely comfortable playing as a person that I don't know some basis about. Because introjects are not just their characters. Introjects are not their source, but they can often identify as or be close to it or take parts from. Some are new. As I said, some are new, some don't really do much. They turn up once and they disappear back into the inner world. Some, such as the ones you're about to see here, are old. I won't go too much into it, but Wonka is one of the oldest introjects in our system. He has been in our system for probably half our life at least. But introjects are just as valid as any altar. They are people, not the characters that they came from. And I want to say that going in, because this is a very introject heavy place. So Bear, in front of you is a large, quite unassuming cobblestone building. It just looks like something that you'd find in the back alleys of a small village. Probably looks about 3 stories high. The top windows, 2 of them have balconies off the edges. For a split second, actually, you see someone walk inside. But there's no one there anymore. Just the edge of red curtains.
Do you like red curtains?
Oh, everything does actually have colour here, which is quite interesting.
I know, I can tell.
I will say, though, because you're still a tiny bit dissociated from before, you are actually struggling to process the colour a little bit. You know it's red, but it's quite dull.
Better not be that male pattern color blindness. Goddamn
luckily,
red, green color blindness.
Roll for colour blindness. No,
Oh,
don't do that. Don't do that.
17. No color blindness
you're
for
not
me.
colorblind. So, yes. What do you do? The door is wood and has a nice patterned, glass on it. Something fancy that you'd see on some posh person's door. All of the windows are closed.
I'ma knock on the door. As per usual, it's my MO at this point.
So you hear pendulum blood. As you knock on the door, it actually opens very slightly on its own.
You need locks. Feels like a very important building to have locks on.
It's almost as if they want people to enter.
That's right. Is there like a... I'm just gonna walk in.
The red carpet continues onward, down quite a large hall. It's curved at the roof, and it's pretty much just white. It's quite bright. There's not really anything on it but the occasional lights down the side. It looks very mundane, actually.
I try and be a little sneaky about it. I won't be too loud.
It's quite a long hallway, and there's literally nobody there, and no doors apart from one.
Is this doorway similar to the one in the Tim Burton Willy Wonka movie?
Yes, it is. Close, okay. Not exact, but it is close.
Not the creepy dolls singing weird-ass songs, though.
No.
Okay. They creep me out.
Are you walking down it?
Yeah.
As you walk down it, very increasingly, you stop hearing the birds from outside. In fact, don't really hear anything. Just a low hum of the room ambience.
It's quiet. Too quiet.
There is literally nobody in this hallway with you. Nobody opened that door for you. There is nothing here but a single door at the end. And actually, no, there are other doors there. 2 on each side before you go in. Unassuming wooden doors. And then a big one in the middle. The big one is metal, though. Well, not metal, but it's definitely not wood.
Well, so there's like 2 wood doors.
On each side, there are 2 wooden doors. So there's 5 doors in total.
Can I try and open one of the ones on the side, but like a sneaky open, not like a boom, what's up? Like just like a little peek.
So I will say one thing before you do this.
Yeah.
Both of those doors are far too close together. As in, they're so close to the wall. The one in the middle shouldn't make sense. If the doors were in the correct place and the door on the furthest outward were the furthest to the corner, that would insinuate that the middle door leads to a room smaller than it. Smaller than the door's size. Both sides have doors that don't make sense. Which door do you go to?
I don't think I could fit through the metal one.
The metal one? What, the giant one in the middle?
Oh, can I fit? I can fit. Okay, so I can fit through that one.
The 2 middle ones on either side are too small.
Okay, so I can't. There's no chance.
Not the small ones. So the small ones you could.
Okay. Hear me out. I prone position down on the ground. And I just. Can my head fit through these doors, or can like nothing fit through these doors?
It's a regular sized door. It just doesn't.
It's a regular
size.
Well, now I'm confused.
That's the point. It's a regular sized door, but when you try and comprehend how that makes any sense, your brain just starts to blur again.
This Doctor Who bullshit all over again.
Welcome to the inner world.
I'll go for the big door.
The one in the middle.
Yeah, the big old middle door.
Right. As you walk through it, it just opens regularly. In a way that you actually, once again, cannot comprehend. It looks like it should open like that. But you push it, and then you can't quite tell what it is.
Shit's wild.
It opens very slowly. As you walk in, you get attacked by your color. And then your eyes adjust. It's wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Like a meadow, but it's all sweets. All around
my nightmare.
Chocolate river with a waterfall coming from the top of a small mountain. The roof is a greenhouse. Greenhouse style windows, the sun shines through. Yet for some reason, something feels wrong still. Despite it being absolutely gorgeous and like a child's dream, something still feels incredibly, eerily wrong. Welcome to the chocolate room.
Now remember, don't do what Augustus did. I don't want no getting sucked up no tube today. I can't have my pinky up when slurping the chocolate. No, well, I guess I'm not diabetic here, but I gotta stick true to my fashion, okay?
Currently, there is nobody in this room. Literally no sign of life. Just the sound of the river. And maybe some faint humming from somewhere else. Almost like you can hear singing outside.
I would like to be on the lookout, at least. Am I able to be a little bit aware of my surroundings? Like cautious
In this place, surprisingly, yes. But the more aware you become, the more uncomfortable you feel. Like, the more you don't feel safe here.
Fantastic.
There are some stairs going down into the room. There are suites everywhere. Though some seem almost... You can't tell why, but they're not correct. They're not rotten, but they're not... It's almost like that feeling you get when you look at plasticine fruit or ornamental pieces of food, and you kind of want to eat it, but you know, even though it's realistic, that you shouldn't.
Don't want to pull a Pan's Labyrinth and eat something and then get chased by something. No, I'm not doing a Pan's Labyrinth. You ever seen Pan's Labyrinth? Spooky.
All the sweets, though, do look incredibly tempting. Like, very tempting. Like, that feeling is there that you shouldn't eat them, but dear bloody God, they look good.
They look good, but my deepest 15 years of being a diabetic has taught me to not be tempted by the candy. And,
Why aren't you just eating popcorn? Is it sweet popcorn?
no.
Mm-hmm, yes, no, the salt, obviously. Mm-hmm.
They have popcorn in here? Is there any popcorn? Is there like a popcorn tree?
Yes, actually, there is. There's a couple.
Pog!
Like a tiny bush area.
I shouldn't.
Why?
I don't go to someone else's house and raid their fridge.
What do you do?
I'll look around a little bit. I'm not gonna swim in the chocolate. However, a question has occurred in my mind. Do you think it'd be hard to swim in chocolate? Or do you think it'd be easier to swim in chocolate because it's like more viscous?
Part of
No,
you
I'm
wonders
not
what
jumping
would
in
happen
and
if you
find
tried
out.
to find out.
I'm not swimming in the that is the scariest moment of that Tim Burton movie where Augustus is stuck and he can't move. Nah, I ain't having that happen to me. Where's that staircase? There was a staircase that you mentioned?
It's the one you just walked down. It only leads
Oh,
back
it's the
to
one I
doorway.
just came. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm just gonna, look around. Tantalize myself. Do a little...
Roll a dice.
Okay. Big money. 18.
You do get a little bit tempted, but you very quickly shake it off. But you do almost feel like the longer you're here, the more you're going to want to eat some of those sweets. And as you are here, you start to have this sneaking feeling that you're being watched.
Whack. Just look around, see if I can find any doors or anything. Cause I'm trying to find my way to Vi. Someone around here must know where she is. On that GameCube bit.
See any doors. In fact, the entire area is just surrounded by this river. There's a tunnel going outward. And there's a boat, but it's a little further out. You wouldn't be able to get to it without swimming. And, well, we all know that that might not even be possible. However, you have started to notice movement in the outer areas. Like an animal in bushes.
Uh-oh. Okay. It's eerily weird that there's no one here. Be people working at least. Can I...
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
You would think so, right? Can I just like go up to the river bank? Is there a bank? Is there a river bank?
Yes.
I go up to the river bank. Just a little dip of the hand into the river. Little. See what's going on. See what kind of chocolate we're working with.
Roll a dice.
Oh, shit! Someone's gonna come and grab me. I want to get grabbed.
2.
2.
The moment you touch it, you feel pure fear. And you very quickly pull your hand back. You don't have any memory associated with that. You do not know what that feeling was, but dear bloody God, you feel pure fear by touching it.
Yeah, I don't like that chocolate. That chocolate made me feel funky. Oh, that's weird. Just gonna back away.
Feeling of being watched continues. And the bushes, something comes out of it this time. It's probably what you'd expect to find. Little orange man with green hair. Interestingly, though, you don't get that sense of a person from them. You just...
Oh, no.
With Ollie and the Kensingtons and those sitting in the BRB, you felt like you were talking to a person. It just felt like somebody was there. You could feel the warmth and the feeling that you were around life. Not with the Oompa Loompas. They just feel like nothing. But they're still moving. They're acting like people. There's 2 or 3 of them working around that bush. They seem to be picking some sweets from it or something. You can't quite tell. They're just repeating motions, though.
From what I know, could interact with them, but I feel like they'll alarm someone. I know that.
Very interesting that you say that.
Unless they're not, unless it's, but like from what I'm aware, I don't.
Who knows?
I mean, I'm here. I'm trying to find people. I guess I will slowly approach them in a calm manner. Curiously.
They're actually on the other side of a riverbank.
Ah, well, okay. Well, that's hard.
No, the riverbank is quite small. The river is not enough for you to jump it, but it's
right.
They're on the other side. They're by some rocks and bushes, and one stops what they're doing, and they stare at you. And they just keep staring. Like It's almost like you're speaking to a robot or looking at a robot, like when something soulless just stares at you. One by one, the other two stop what they're doing and they also stare at you. And then one simply looks up towards the rocks at the top of the waterfall.
It is a weird fever dream I'm on.
They seem very, very fixated now on the top of the rocks.
Yeah, I'll look. Unless they're trying to gullible me.
You look up to the rocks. The man in a purple jacket and a top hat, leaning on his cane and looking down at you, as if he's been watching you for a while now. You can't make out his expression from here. You don't feel comfortable.
Hey, can I wave?
You do wave.
Not like a cheerful wave, but like a...
Oh, he knows that it's a nervous wave. Fact that you can't really tell much, but that seems to make him more amused. He's simply leaning at his cane, and as he stares at you, you feel it again. Can you roll for me, please?
Yeah, roll. Big money.
20?
Nat 20.
You simply stare back at him for a moment. Yeah. As if it doesn't affect you. You just sort of give him that sort of like... look, it's that look. It's
What's up?
You want something. Look. One of the Oompa Loompas from across the river looks back down at you quite slowly. In fact, interestingly, you've seen those sort of head movements before in the outer world. You've seen them on a certain somebody whenever he fronted late at night, early in the morning, when he wasn't meant to front. He didn't quite know how the body worked yet. The Oompa Loompas go back to work. But one just stands there and stares at you.
You good?
It says nothing. In fact, it gives no sign that it even understood what you said. And then it stops for a moment. And it smiles. And if you think about it, that smile matches the man you just saw up on the rocks. The feeling of it anyway. In the desperation, roll again.
$17.
You feel that hunger. It's deep. But the fear seems to be outweighing it, and it's not crushing you, which almost feels like it should have been. Like this feeling. And as that third attempt fails for the man on the rocks, another man
Oh boy.
peers behind you.
Ah, oh god, behind me. Oh shit.
He's smiling, but in a weirdly soft yet also quite ingenuine way. And he's standing with both arms behind his back in his red and white striped suit and his slick back blonde hair. His face is quite long, and in the blushing of the heat coming from the roof above the greenhouse windows, he almost looks like he's melting.
That is not. You need to see a doctor.
And why would that be?
Listen. I'm Ginger. I've been in the sun before. Droopy skin is not healthy. Unless it is. Personal experience, no.
He continues staring at you. He's not even just smiling, that same smile. Barely moving. It's quite similar, actually, to the movements of the Oompa Loompas you just saw. But he's giving off this energy that he is a person. This is an altar. You can tell. You would know him to be Mr. Joy.
Good old Joy.
An introject of one of the roleplay characters that the system played. Others would know him as Wonka's right-hand man. If Wonka wants something done, that is Joy's job. If Wonka turns up, well, the boat awaits.
There's a boat?
He puts his hand out and looks behind him, and the boat that was further in the river is now docked. It's just there. It's
Wild.
there. And he stares at you and then stares at the boat. And he continues his smile. His smile hasn't dropped once.
It's a good thing I don't have seasickness.
If you do, I'm sure we've got something that can help you with that.
Yo ho, I guess. Land boat ho, I guess.
He walks towards the river. And as he does, he also slowly and very almost mechanically, like it looks like his neck isn't. He looks up towards the rock, smiles a little wider, nods, and then goes back to the boat. The man up on the rocks does nothing and then walks away.
Well, shit. In a bit, then, I guess.
Joy puts his hand out towards the boat to invite you on. He's very courteous in the way that he moves. It's a customer service smile.
Oh boy.
The customer's always right, and the customer's always hungry. He stares at you. Make a check.
Big money.
You got a 20 again.
Oh, I got a net 20. Let's
Again?
go. I'm
Jesus
killing
Christ.
it. Ah! Oh, man. This is the best look I've ever had in my life.
Congratulations. I think you just... I'm pretty certain you just rolled 2 20s.
I've rolled a 20, a 17, and a 20.
Huh.
Nerves of steel, baby. Even though in real life I have the nerves of a little kitten. little baby, boo boo baby.
You feel... nothing. Joy's staring at you as if you should have. And he simply says under his breath, "Diabetics, huh?" And then gets on the boat.
Damn right.
Do you get on the boat?
Yeah, I get on the boat.
The boat takes off. It's a steamboat. It's lovely, white, red. It's a bit rusty though in places. Interestingly, it
It's a shame.
looks like it doesn't get much use these days. As you go into the tunnel, interestingly, by the way, you don't really have much of a sense of smell right now.
That's a shame.
It's almost like it's weak. Or potentially, maybe the food doesn't have smell here. But you can smell a very interesting whiff of chocolate around you. At least it's what you would assume chocolate smells like. You actually can't quite remember what chocolate smells like. You just know that it does smell. It's like your brain is trying to fill in the blanks.
So I was trying to get reference.
It probably
I
wouldn't be the
forgot
same,
what
to be
chocolate
honest.
smells like. I forgot what chocolate smells like.
And exactly that. So, before you smelled that chocolate, the smell of chocolate that you smell in the factory is the smell that your mind fills in when you've forgotten what the smell of chocolate is. So it's not a proper smell, it's just a memory of a smell that can't be processed properly. Joy, interestingly, stands at the back of the boat as it takes off. Like he would never stand at the front. Like the front is there for somebody else. But he stands at the back and he just watches. And you enter the tunnel. A tunnel that is, outer world, quite notorious from its source. You know, it's a tunnel that usually glows with colour and flashing lights. But right now, nothing. There is
It's whack.
nothing there at all. As if it wasn't made for you.
Sad.
Joy is just watching. He seems... But you can't really tell what his expression is. It doesn't change pretty much at all. I mean, back when you didn't give in to the temptation, he did smile a little bit tighter, almost like he was annoyed about something. But now he's just staring, and at some points looking at the walls, and it's almost like he's not seen it like this before. In fact, in a way, it's almost like he's seeing things himself. One or two. Occasionally his eyes flicker towards a wall as if something's taken his sight. But you see nothing.
Oh. I'm blind. I'm blind.
You see the tunnel, and you look over
I
the
see
side,
the
you'll see the
tunnel.
river.
I'm
And
not
you
blind
feel-
anymore.
You feel this fear still, but it's actually dissipating a little bit. It's still there, but it's definitely eased in this tunnel. And Joy seems very confused by that you don't look scared. He's still doing his usual smile, but there's a very minute furrow to his eyebrow, like he's not seen this behavior before.
Living my best life. Just chilling on this boat.
The tunnel is quite long. In fact, roll for dissociation.
Alright. Oh, here we go. Okay, I got 7.
Nothing weird happens. On occasionally, though, you keep losing track almost of where you are. Like your brain is trying to focus on something else. Kind of like when, ADHD does the thing, and you were meant to be concentrating on one thing, and the next thing you know, you're concentrating on that thing again, but it's been about a couple of minutes, and you didn't even realize that you had stopped paying attention. Except it's almost like the world is skipping. It's hard to tell where you are in the tunnel. Everything looks the same. But it almost feels like you're repeating parts of the tunnel, back and forth, in little increments.
It's a real good thing I didn't do the hold your breath under a tunnel thing. I'd be suffocating at this point.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
What, to suffocate?
I mean, that's not what I would want, but it would be interesting. Nobody knows what happens to a visitor if they...
When I'm not pugging Mr. Joy.
As you pog Mr. Joy, Mr. Joy
it.
pogs back. No, as you look back, Mr. Joy is also kind of out of it. Like, he's also being affected by it. He seems almost glassy-eyed. He's also seems like he's used to this, but he definitely almost looks like he's lost in thought. His smile has faded a little. And then as it fixes itself, he looks back at you. His eyes snap to yours, and the smile returns. Next stop, the inventing room. The boat reaches some small stairs. And it's just regular doors. Big doors. Just
I love
iron.
doors.
Iron and steel, and it just looks like the regular insides of a factory. So,
Can I get off the boat?
Joy stares at you for a moment, and he seems to be looking at you in a way that you assume it's good to get off.
Okay. I'm gonna try and step off the boat.
Make a roll.
Big money. Big money.
Did you
19!
get another
19! Let's go!
You are this factory's worst fucking nightmare.
Yes!
Jesus Christ.
Let's go! Yes!
Son of a bitch. If I find out you're fucking fudging your rolls, I will.
No, I swear I wouldn't. You know I wouldn't. I told you, I got defenses. I should get a +2 modifier.
Joy actually walks past you. And as he walks past you, he nudges you in a way that actually seems to prevent you from tripping. Which is really bad, because if you had tripped, you could have fallen into the river. Good thing Joy was there, though.
Thanks, buddy.
He pays you no attention, and he continues walking.
Oh.
He opens up the giant steel door. It opens surprisingly lightly for a gigantic door. Like, it shouldn't open that line. It's either Joy's really strong or...
Big man's going to the gym.
As you walk into the inventing room, you hear the sound of machinery. Pumps go off all around. There's weird gadgets, pots. Looks like a regular factory room, honestly.
Do I not need a hairnet at all?
I mean, probably, but you haven't got one.
I'm sorry if I get my hair in you shit.
Joy actually stops paying you attention. He just walks forward, and he goes through a little door. It's not a door, it's sort of an archway into a side room. And he speaks to an Oompa Loompa before turning around to one of the counters and working at it. It's almost like this is where Joy works.
Ask him a question, or is he going to ignore me?
You can try.
So do you play any video games?
He doesn't look at you.
Oh.
But he does reply. I ate a video game once.
Well, which one was that?
Final Fantasy VIII.
That's an odd choice.
Well, someone had to eat it.
Query. You wouldn't happen to know where, like, you know, you might find some games consoles around here, would you?
He pauses. And he just goes back to doing... You actually, now you're closer to him, you notice that it's ice cream. It's all just ice cream being made. Loads of different flavours. In fact, they look really good. Make a roll.
Big money, big money, big money, big money. Okay, I got a 10. It's like middle of the road.
Roll a second time.
Okay. I got a 10 again. You want to roll again?
Yes, roll again. 10 is not good enough.
Okay.
I will fucking roll for
I got
you.
13. I got 13.
Huh. By this point, you are actually incredibly hungry. And it feels like every time, actually, you've had that feeling, you've been feeling it more. Like, the longer you've been in the factory, the more tempting stuff becomes. You look at it. There's some pink stuff. It's really good looking. It's got little bits in it. White chunks. You assume they're probably white chocolate. Assume. Yet something deep in you knows they're not. Mr. Joy simply turns to you and he stares. Have some. It's delicious.
What's it made out of, though?
Ice cream.
That's not really an answer. That's more of like a general. What kind of ice cream?
People are made of people, so ice cream is made of ice cream.
That really shouldn't have used people as a determining factor for people of people. People aren't just people, you know. They got like water in them, blood. I'm a little lactose intoleranto, and I feel I'll have the grumblies for the rest of my stay here.
Try a bit. Shouldn't do too much damage. Roll another check.
Have you seen me after a Pizza Hut? Ah man, it's not good.
We all give in to
17.
temptations. But you seem quite...
I'm amiable.
People don't usually last this long. He's
What?
still smiling as he says that.
I mean,
As
last
if
this, what does that mean?
It's nothing to him that he's just said that. He stares at you for a moment. As if he contemplates something. But an Oompa Loompa gives him a look from the side, as if he's watching. As if it's not the Oompa Loompa watching him.
Can I make a GameCube in here?
You can make a game cake. Anything can be cake.
Listen, I know that trend, okay? I don't need to relive my life of fondant everything. Fondant isn't even that good.
Are you looking for someone in particular? Or are you just here to talk to me?
No, I'm not. Well, I mean, you know, it's always nice to visit. However, I am looking for Vi. You've
The
seen her
moment
around.
You say her name, every Oompa Loompa in the vicinity stops and looks at you, as does Joy. And they just stare. And for a moment you realise it is not the Oompa Loompas watching you.
Any ideas, guys? I'll crowdsource it. Gonna go
And
back.
why would you want Vi?
Oh, I just want, like I said, she has a GameCube of friends that I've come to collect.
That's a real strange story.
I'm a real strange guy.
He takes a moment to look at Oompa Loompa as if he is talking to them. Just a look. And you can kind of feel the feelings. It's a question. You don't know what the question is, but it's a question. It's a can I question. The Oompa Loompa just stares back. And then shakes its head. And Joy immediately backs down.
Y'all having like mental battleships over there, like with the eyes. Eyes are crazy.
He's just smiling at you again. Although there's some disappointment in him. Like he really wanted to do something.
So, any leads?
Joy seems extra perturbed about you asking for Vi. Bear would be aware why. As to what Joy's secondary job is.
Feel like You might have an idea. Just a slight inkling, maybe.
I always know where Miss Beauregard is. That's my job.
There we go.
But that doesn't mean that I'm gonna tell you.
Why? But you weren't expecting that one.
Because I don't think that you'll be good for her.
What? I'm just here to. We're friends. I think we're friends. I mean, me and Vi know each other. I'm here for a Gamecube. I receive Gamecube. You receive me leaving.
He actually stops for a moment at you saying that you're friends with Vi, that you know each other. And he thinks. And he eases up slightly. Like, his intentions for looking after her are genuine. Like, yes, he was told to keep an eye on her. It was a direct order from Wonka, but it... Like, he genuinely seems quite, not happy, but positive that she has a friend.
Pretty please.
How about a trade?
Okay. What kind of trade?
He pulls out one of those tiny little serving spoons. The ones that you get for samples. And he dips it into the pink ice cream with the little white chocolate in it. The ice cream made of ice cream and potentially blood and water. But you don't know that. You don't know what it is. It's just ice cream. It's made of ice cream. I could point you in the right direction if you'd be willing to taste test for me. You see, sometimes I like an outer opinion. And the Oompa Loompa as well. They don't like to talk much.
Do they write much?
Do they write?
I'm asking you. You know more than me, pal.
He simply dips it into the pink and holds it in front of you, as if you were someone in front of a counter asking for a sample of ice cream.
Feels like a trap.
It's only a little bit of ice cream. I mean, what can it hurt?
What could it have you seen my toilet?
You don't have any physical ailments in here.
God, okay. Well, I'll give it a lick. I'll lick your cream, sir.
He says nothing on that, but he smirks more than smiles. And he makes no comment. You take the spoon. Small spoon. There's so little in it that it can't do much, of course. It's a tiny bit of ice cream in a factory notorious for malforming things. And as you put it to your mouth, you go to take the smallest bite.
I said lick. I said I'll lick it.
Roll a dice.
I'm licking it. You're gonna hate me. I got a 17.
So as you take it and you put it to your mouth,
I'm
and you
insane.
lick
I'm insane. I'm actually cracked.
it. I hate this. As you take the small serving spoon and put it to your mouth, just lightly. You know, that would be a real bad thing to do there.
It's just ice cream. Hey.
You turn around, but you already recognize the voice. Of course you do. You see a woman, head to toe in blue. Blue hair, blue dress, even blue skin. She's got her arms crossed and she just simply rolls her eyes at you. You know, out of all the things that you could do here, how many times have I spoken to you about this place? And you were about to make a deal with Joy.
Well, it was to get to you, so it was kind of like... It was kind of worth it.
I would be genuinely, like... I don't know, I feel like I'd be actually offended if you did that. I would also think you're just a dipshit, so...
Okay, well, what, is that news to you?
Yeah, no, fair point. Looking grey.
Me?
Yeah, you.
I mean, I'm pretty great.
No, grey.
Oh,
What's
great.
the
If we said I look pretty great, I'm like, thanks.
For a moment you remember, because it's easy sometimes to forget that you don't look like yourself. But, oh yes, this isn't your body. And the person that she's seeing isn't you. It doesn't resemble you in the slightest. She sees a vessel, and there is no real sign of your personality showing in that body. She only knows you because of your voice.
Pretty recognizable voice, eh?
Violet looks at Joy, her arms still crossed. And she seems quite annoyed at him, actually. Like it's really hit a string for her. And Joy... his smile actually drops slightly. Not that her disdain has affected him, but like they're speaking again. Almost like the look that Joy gave to the Oompa Loompa earlier. It's a knowing look. They don't say anything, they're just staring at each other for a moment. And Vi's head snaps towards one of the Oompa Loompas that has been staring at her the entire time. They're visiting. That doesn't mean that you can do what you're going to usually do. They're visiting. That's not okay. She looks at Joy. And I know that you're his helper, but that doesn't mean that you should do it too. We don't know what'll happen. We don't know what it will upset. And at the end of the day, it's your job to deal with the system, not with outsiders. It's... She seems genuinely annoyed. Like she's figured out what they were trying to do.
What Vi said. Yeah.
And don't you cut into this bear. You really took it.
It was a necessity.
Have you not seen fairy tales? Step 1 is that you do not eat the weird food. Take it from me.
Yeah, but it was potentially take weird food to acquire a very important thing.
What did you actually want from me?
Very important.
Okay, what is it? Come on. I'm listening. What was that?
Always Gamecube.
Sorry, the noises in here are always really loud, you know, machinery.
I'm here for Ollie's Gamecube.
You nearly made a You nearly made a trade with Joy over Ollie's Gamecube.
It's a GameCube. You know how much those go for on eBay?
Money doesn't exist in here. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have
You
sworn.
guys have eBay though?
No, you could have gotten really hurt. Don't take stuff from him.
Melee.
I don't care if it's Smash Bros. Melee. I don't... You know what this place is about. Wonka's spoken to you.
Yeah.
The moment that you take anything from this factory, you become his business. It's like letting a vampire through your door. And believe me, he's also a vampire sometimes. Interestingly, as she says that, you feel another presence.
Oh boy.
Another man turns up, quite tall, seemingly... I mean, from a glance, you might think this is Wonka, but he's more suave in a way. He's got a cheeky grin to him. One hair sticks out the bottom, the other is a ponytail. It's not Wonka, but from his blue jacket and his purple top hat, and there is, on his bow, a little W. It's the symbol of the Wonka Corporation. So, who is this? Did somebody ask for a vampire?
Akinator Man.
Oh, it's you! Yeah, then that
me.
works, you know? I remember that night. I couldn't figure out who I was. It'd been quite a while. Anyway, it wasn't actually you that figured out who I was, by the way. I ended up showing myself to them 2 or 3 days later.
I'm taking partial credit, like a 5%er.
He stops whilst you're talking midway and looks at Joy. How did he make it this far? Sorry.
I'm just that cool, baby. I'm just that cool.
He's both impressed, but also surprised about this. Like, how the fuck, basically. Vi looks at him. No. I swear to God. She seems so absolutely done with literally everybody. Darian, don't you have better things to be doing? He's looking at there. Both are just making hand signs to each other. I don't think any of them know what those hand signs mean in the slightest, but Dorian's having fun, so he's just... No, I'm bored now.
I'm good. I'm done.
Quite impressed you're not, you know... I'm impressed you're you, still. Most people don't remain
hope so.
them when they're in here. That's kind of the whole point of the place. You know, temptations, if they take it. It's age-old fairy tactics. You tempt the child. The child eats the thing.
Child?
How do you...
20 at least?
That's quite young.
Oh, we can't all be ancient beings.
Thank you. He looks at Joy again. Haven't seen my brother, have you? Joy looks at him. His smile hasn't faded in the slightest. Which one? Stuck up, but not too stuck up. I guess. That doesn't help. Buy one, get 5 free. Buy one, get 1 5 free. That's not how that's meant to come out. Buy one, get 5 free.
That's a pretty good deal.
Is it 5? I'm pretty certain there's a 5th. Mr.
5?
Was... They all look at you. Did you not know that there were multiple?
Wait, you said buy one get 1 5. Buy 5 get free.
He
I
did
said
say
that correctly.
I corrected myself. We all make mistakes.
I totally said it correctly.
But yes, 5.
5.
There's 7 Wonkas in total. So he seems really bored with this conversation. Listen, I'm just trying to find. I have business. I need to sort some stuff. He's lurking somewhere, and I can feel him, and I don't know where he is. I only found you because you mentioned vampires, and you know how it is. Positive triggers in the mind bring me forward, pinging, all of that. Oh, sorry, the newbie probably wouldn't know about this stuff. Vi scoffs, laughing. I mean, they're not that new. They know most about our system, like, other than a couple of people.
I'm pretty cool.
It's not because of that. No, I'm joking.
I'm telling you, I get a PhD for that idea. I'm telling you, it's breakthrough
Are you
technology.
still up on the Akinator idea?
Tell me it's not amazing. It is the biggest brain move of my career.
It is kind of good. Didn't work.
It's real good. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like a crumb.
I'm bored. I'm leaving.
A crumb.
Dorian just turns on his heel.
Does he exit through a door?
Smoothly. Down and around. Past some other machinery. Vi stares at where he went. I'm a little bit worried that Wonka's looking for you.
If he was looking for me, he would have already found me.
I mean, he knows where you are, but he doesn't work like that. Come with me. I know who you should probably go see.
Cool. Are we gonna get the Gamecube? Curiously, yeah, not the most important, but like,
You might
it's like
might have to stay overnight, or at least for a while.
Purdue. Okay, well,
It's getting late, and you're. Come with me.
will do.
She walks and she follows in Dorian's footsteps. Walks down some stairs and towards some side doors. As she does, she actually locks eyes with a large machine that has a cloth over it. It's got a lot of little dials and tubes that have stuff in them, and she looks at it very briefly. And you can tell on her face that she doesn't like it. And then she continues on through the door.
Machines are whack.
You can say that again.
Machines are whack.
It's not what I meant there.
Well, yeah, you shouldn't have said it. Say it again then. That's your own fault.
As you get through the door, you head into a hallway. Quite a long hallway actually again, but this one's got fancy wallpaper.
Another hallway.
There's a lot of hallways here.
My legs.
Interestingly, actually, you don't feel any pain, any level of tiredness.
Yeah, I don't
Any
feel no
tiredness
pain.
is only from your mental fatigue. In fact, you don't feel much
Huh?
here. It's like physical ailments aren't a thing. Not unless they have any reason to be. They don't have any reason to be right now.
Schmoovin'.
As you head down the hallway, you feel it. The being watched feeling again. You are being watched, and this time, you locking eyes with the man.
What's up?
He says nothing. He stares. Only at you, too. There was one moment where he looked at Violet, and then he looked back at you. And he stares. Resilient, aren't you? finally speaks.
I mean, I don't know. I guess.
How many 20s did you roll?
2. I rolled 2 20s.
2.
Dos.
2 20s, 2 19s?
A 19 and 2 17s. And then we got a 13 at Joy.
The 2 10s were certainly something.
The 2 10s was funny.
It was determined, then, though. You'd think, wouldn't you, that I would be upset by this? They're quite scrumptious results.
Quite big-brained, some might say.
You're lucky. This is all a game.
I wouldn't call it luck. I'd call it perseverance.
You see, I know the game that we're playing. I know that this isn't real. I know that I'm currently being mimicked. But I'm still having fun through this, even he doesn't know it. I'm still watching. If I mentioned I'm watching, you know that.
I mean, I'm aware.
That's the interesting part here, is you don't know if I'm me or I'm Mr. Kensington, do you?
That's, yeah. I mean, I could never truly... I mean, I could try, but we'd never know. For sure. No one ever knows someone too well.
Very few people know me, Bear.
That is true.
As you know, Alistair has been so wrong about me for so long. I've tried to tell him it's all about knowing what you should and shouldn't be ashamed of. The thing is when you do what you have to do in this world, when your brain is using you as a tool, well, sometimes you do what you have to do, and you shouldn't judge the inner world by the outer. Not all that is whimsy is whimsy. Not all that is cruel is cruel.
It's valid.
Besides, good and bad don't exist. It's all an in-between.
Good little splash of grey.
There is often poison in the chocolate. Sometimes you'd never know, because it's such trace amounts. And sometimes the poison is medicine. Sometimes you really should drink it, just to see. But here we have a purpose.
My curiosity killed the cat. So I nearly jumped into a nowhere, so
When you say that, he side-eyes Vi. He's actually frozen. It's almost like the whole world around you, apart from you and Wonka, has paused. What is a game is not always a game. You must remember that this is still, in some ways, reality, despite the fact that it is not reality.
reality schmality. Who knows what anything's happening anymore?
Do hide behind your jokes.
Will do.
In that moment, just clicks his fingers, and Vi comes back to being. He's just leaning on his cane, watching. Vi just seems incredibly dissociated. Like she's just switched in. What was I doing?
We were going somewhere, I assume. Staying
no.
over.
What did Wonka want? Wait, what are you... Oh, he's gone. He's completely gone. He's just disappeared. Oh, the Gamecube. Yeah, no, I was gonna go find it.
Yeah, the Gamecube, the Gamecube.
We might have to get the Gamecube. We might have to get the Gamecube, Sorry, I'm really struggling to feel words.
You're fine.
As you go to say, it's fine, you realise that you actually can't find the words either. And as you try and reach for words, it's almost like a stutter. Your brain and your words are not making sense. You're having to think about them harder, but every time you think about them, it's just, they're not there. And even though sometimes you can actually think of the word entirely, it's just not reaching your mouth, and it's frustrating. So you want to tell her it's fine. You want to comfort her. Have a small moment of, well, human interaction. It's just not happening because of this dissociation. Just, you cannot comfort a friend in that moment. And so instead, she continues feeling quite frustrated. She leans on the wall purposefully as she's dissociated, still hand still just over her face, and the wall opens up. A small hallway is shown. Just they can't leave, so I think he's in here. He's this is usually where he goes to when nobody's up front. Yeah, no. The room is red. Red walls, dark carpet, small golden adornments, the same sort of thing you saw on the door outside. In fact, the red curtains actually match the ones you saw too. They're over a balcony. A big
You like red.
4-poster bed is in the middle. Lovely. It looks like a hotel room, just a really gorgeous suite. Guest room.
Living it up at the Ritz.
This has been dubbed the safe spot. Even out of game. This has been dubbed the place you go when you need a rest from the factory. Because even for us, the factory is sometimes a week-long plus endeavour. Sometimes when you go in, Wonka won't let you out. Not until you've hit certain tasks. And in this room, which is lovely, there's a light breeze coming through actually.
I like breezes.
Despite being a small room, it's surprisingly crowded. On the bed
Neat.
is a old-fashioned looking woman. 60s, 70s era, I guess. Maybe a little bit earlier. She wears a gorgeous dress with sunflowers on it. Her hair is proper big, made up, you know. She has a little bow. She looks lovely. She has a mint green cardigan over her shoulders. She wears pearls. Very motherly, actually. She's reading a book.
Another book. My weakness.
She looks up from the book for a moment. Oh, we got visitors. Vi, who did you bring? Are you okay? Vi is still kind of battling this dissociation. It was pretty nasty. You're feeling a little bit better now. I'll be fine, Wonka. And the woman pauses for a moment. I understand, it's fine. He does that to the best of us. I don't know you, though. You're new. She looks at you, Bear. A marionette? I've been told about marionettes. Are you one of the Kensingtons?
Negative, Ghost Rider. That is not me. I don't normally look like this. It's a bit wacko. A bit like a... Not the foreseeable self that I am. A lot of people know me as Bear. It's me. That's what a lot of people know me as.
She gives a soft, understanding, almost sad smile when you talk about this isn't what you look like. She nods. I know the feeling. We all do here. Bear, though, I know that name, Bear. Let me... Alistair? You know who this is? There's a man at the balcony. He's wearing a black shirt, white greyish suspenders, but he's quite drippy, like the ink you saw in the sky previously. His back is towards you at first, but as he turns, notice that one eye is just covered in black and glows. The other is fine, but very drippy. Holy shit, did we actually get the inner worlds done? That's fucking...
You did, yeah.
I genuinely never thought that would happen. Like, I actually thought that would never happen. Like, with our fucking ADHD and attention span, I never thought this would happen. How the fuck
That's
are you
about
here?
right. The thing. People.
Sorry, I should probably... This is Dolly. Don't fucking say anything. Don't even... Told you that in private. Do not say shit.
Huh?
What?
What was that?
Dolly pokes up. Just gives him that look. Shouldn't have said anything.
Shouldn't have said anything, should you?
Don't you?
Because now we're both thinking.
No, you're not.
Well, I know, but
Yep.
now I have all the power.
No, that's not fair. You do not have power here. Did I just quote Gandalf? You have no power here.
You have no power here.
Like, legit though, fucking, this is my inner world. Please don't, like, do the thing where you come in and then suddenly everyone likes you more than me.
Well, you know, I'm just doing my job.
He's, despite the words being said, he's incredibly happy to see you. Although he does look at your body for a moment, and... Are those my mum's clothes?
No?
Where did you get them?
Would you believe me if I said Ollie?
Then no, that's my mum's clothes.
Okay, then yeah, they're your mum's clothes. So that not only makes me cosplaying your mother, but I also know, you know, all the deets, so...
Yeah, considering, like, we're partially here because of our mother...
Don't sass me.
Sweater gone. Fucking...
Sweater gone.
Also, nice ball joints. I used to be a marionette, so it's fine. I actually genuinely mean that. They look cool. But... What?
I can throw my hand at you.
That might actually hurt you.
I said I could. I said I would. I didn't say I would.
So, are you going to introduce me? Alistair.
You want me to introduce you to Alistair?
No. Oh, you are a joker. I like that. No. You are... You said best friend? Oh yeah, no. This is Bear. Bear is the bane of my fucking existence.
Closest friend.
Closest friend, then.
We don't do best
friends.
friends.
Closest friends. One of our closest friends is Bear.
There you go. Right.
There you go.
Write that down.
Also, pedantic, piece of shit. We
okay,
adore
well that's
them,
just mean.
But
that's just mean. That just hurts. Hurts right here.
You don't even have a heart right now.
Right on my ball.
Sure, but...
My ball joint.
Right. You think you have a ball joint in your chest? You
Yes.
don't know anatomy, do you?
Do you?
No? A bit. I'm an artist,
Then-
so sort of.
Art schmart. Yeah, I said it.
You know, I'm glad that I don't front around the same time as you too much, because, like, this is like watching kids fight. Like,
I never told you about the story about the knee, the paper, and the frogs.
don't fucking do it. Mr. K told me about that. Don't fucking do it. Don't do it.
So the paper is snow, right?
No! Are you always like this? I don't mean that nastily. I'm just curious.
That cut a little deep.
Both Vi and Alistair just start holding back laughter. Because
mean.
Dolly genuinely did not mean this badly. She's just got that motherly energy where occasionally she will say something and it will be the completely wrong thing to say.
I'm never like this.
But you are
Not
now.
at all. Well, I mean, every now and again.
You remind me of, She pauses at that and she stops talking. Both Alistair and Vi stop and instantly try and change the subject. Anyway, yeah, so I've got to find a Gamecube, but also, like...
Yeah, I'm here for a Gamecube.
Apparently I've got Ollie's Gamecube. I don't even think I've got Ollie's Gamecube.
Ollie said you had it.
Yeah, but Ollie says a lot of things.
He does, but he also doesn't say a lot of things because he just repeats the same word over and over.
Oh, what, mate? Yeah.
Potentially. That
Mate
could be a word.
in it. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, it could be in the television room, but... As she says that, she stops. And she instantly glances at Dolly. It could be there. There's a lot of stuff there, like electronics and things, so maybe. That is where we tend to go sometimes. Although, okay, so we go to the part that's not toxic and potentially gonna, like, you know... She's really
Toxic
watching her
cassette.
words here and trying not to say it. It might be somewhere else. But, like...
Alright.
I don't think that's a thing for tonight. Like, I don't... That might take a couple more rooms to get, and Wonka's pretty... How would I put it? He's...
So sleepover then.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there's one bed, and 4 people. I mean, I have my own room, so it's fine. I mean, I could take you to my room. I've got a bed, I don't use it. I usually just sleep in the dirt.
One bed, 3 people. One bed, 4 people.
I'm not sleeping in here with those 2.
That's a good point.
Yeah. You don't want to be in here that much. Like, they don't do much, but, like, it's uncomfortable.
Get a little handsy.
Dolly blushes. Alistair just goes, for fuck's sake, can you please piss off?
I'm sorry. We're gonna do
Don't-
one big sleepover or 4, huh? No?
You can sleep on the floor if you want, or you can go to the fucking greenhouse.
Nah, I'd
It's
rather
up to
have a
you.
bed. I'm good. I'm not sleeping on no floor.
You don't even have back problems here, but sure. I
could
can
sleep
hear
in a
you constantly
box.
wanting to say that you've got back problems.
Don't talk to me about the back problems, alright?
The only thing you ought to be worried about here is mental health issues. That's literally it.
No trampolines, alright?
I wonder if the trampolines would also kill you here.
You have a killer trampoline?
In this place, like, yeah, no altar is evil or anything, but, like, the inner world to the altars? Yeah, no, have you not... You've been in the same factory as where we've been, right?
I hope so.
Fuck, are you still alive? Or not alive?
Because
but,
I'm
like-
that fucking cool.
Wait, oh, did you look like yourself before and now that's why you like a marionette? Because that would make sense.
No, that's how I've always been.
Alistair pauses and actually points to his left side, where there is actually a large chunk out of it. He goes, seriously, don't come in here. And, yeah, don't do it.
Yo,
He looks
you must have looked a bit too thick, if you know what I'm saying, is.
Apparently to Joy, yeah.
Okay, so that's what you two get up to in here. Alright,
No,
I'm gonna go
no,
to the
no,
other
no,
room.
No, it was Joy.
You guys have a good one.
was- For fuck's sake, Bear. As you leave, Vi follows you through.
It's... Gee whiz, I didn't realize they got up to that much fucking...
Either way, yeah, no, down here and down left. Or is it right? I don't know. If you keep walking enough, eventually you'll find it. Vi just keeps walking down a hallway. It's interesting, actually. Do a safety roll.
Okay. Big money! Big money!
Did you get another fucking 20?
I got a 10.
That shit.
I'll roll again. Big money! 14. I'm a god of dice. However, in roleplay, I literally only roll 1s and 2s.
You continue onwards, but at one point you look at the walls and you get that feeling again, that hunger. Not as badly now you've taken a break from the main part of the factory, but still there. And you go, actually, at first. Your brain just goes like, I really want to lick it. And you kind of move to lick the wallpaper, and Vi steps in, puts her arm out, rolls her eyes and goes, what did I literally say? Like, I get this place does things to the brain, but like, don't lick things.
I don't want to lick things.
No, don't lick things.
I don't want to lick things. Licking's weird.
How do I explain this? Your brain right now is like bad because of this place. It's a thing he does. He like, it's like the longer you're in here, the more it gets harder to resist it. It's honestly, I'm genuinely impressed by you, like that you got that far, and I'm glad you did. Believe me, I would have absolutely gone AWOL on any of them over that.
Gamecube is just very important.
Yeah, apparently the Gamecube is the way to just get through things.
Gamecube.
She continues down the path, and interestingly, as you're going down, another man walks down the hallway toward you. He's wearing all green. Some bits of chocolatey light brown. A top hat, again. A lot like the ones earlier. As he gets closer, you see the emblem, the W, also on his bow. Same place as Wonka's and Dorian's. He doesn't actually stop. He just continues walking down quite smartly, suavely. He's quite tall, and as he walks past you, he looks down at you over his glasses, lips pursed, and continues on again. He pays Vi no mind, but you... It's almost like he's just gotten some ideas for you.
Oh boy.
Potentially, he's been told that you've become a hard one to get to.
I'm a tough nut to crack, baby.
Vi rolls her eyes again. Florian's... how would you put it? Wonka's good with traps, but like, Florian's the book smarts one. Just ignore him, keep going. Just resist
No,
it.
I'm very good at ignoring.
If it gets really bad, I will have to step in, but I don't want to. I don't like getting involved with it. It's been a while since those three have actually like started working together on something, so like, I mean, you know, God be with you and all that.
Good old God. I'll keep in my phone book.
Did you know God actually exists here, sort of? I mean, we think there's a static God. There are angels.
Interesting.
There's definitely a God of the void. It's weird. This place is strange, but it all has a meaning, so...
Strange.
Anyway.
Who would have ever thought that?
Yeah, who else would go for, you know, Willy Wonka's murder factory? Or I shouldn't say murder. No one actually Sometimes people don't die. But I guess Willy Wonka's mutation factory works.
Again, GameCube. Top prio.
I'm getting the Gamecube.
I will figure it out at another time.
Listen. She points to a doorway. There. Interestingly, Joy is outside of the doorway too. He's just standing there. He's in a red suit this time, actually. Just a darker red suit. He's just almost like he's standing guard. He pays you no attention. At first, anyway. Then Vi walks in. Mr. Joy? He just nods at her with a smile. But as you walk past, he gives you some eyes. He's still annoyed that he couldn't do something. You're both just sort of staring at each other for a moment as you walk through.
I got gaming on the eyes, okay? There's nothing that'll... very important.
As you walk into the room, you see a large, gorgeous-looking greenhouse architecture, like a dome, but also not. It's like a silo, I guess. Or a...
I got you.
Greenhouse glass and big white fencing and all of that, except it's almost all overrun with vines and grass and just everything. There are bushes all around the edges and near the side, near the back. It's just a white four-poster bed. There's some dirt on it. There doesn't seem to be any level of duvets or blankets. But it doesn't actually look like it's been slept in for a couple of days at least. Vi just points at it. That's yours. Welcome to my bedroom, I guess.
Sweet.
The sun does me good, so I stay here. If Joy tries to come at you in the night, wake me up. In fact, if anyone tries to come at you in the night...
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, can we just umbrella term that one? Yeah, we'll just put that on umbrella, like...
They shouldn't come for you. I mean, generally the bedroom's locked off, and besides, they know that if they come into my bedroom without me asking, I will yell at them so much. And they don't like that, because I'm a little shit when I want to be. You kind of gotta be if you're here. It's frustrating.
I'm aware.
Hey, what's that gonna mean?
I've seen you game.
Okay, you have seen me play Fall Guys. Never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little. Whew.
With that, though, I am gonna head to sleep. It's getting quite dark. As she says that, the day turns to night.
Wish I could do that.
It's almost like time follows convenience, necessity, sometimes memories. But she simply sits down in a patch of dirt and she goes to sleep. As you also fall asleep, Mr. Joy pokes his head around the side, smiles at you, and all you hear is sweet dreams.